would probably have to end up closing or releasing or cutting down on their business. And these, Mr. Chair, are the businesses who really want to continue to stay on Guam, who really want to share in their expertise and really just want to continue to work and not have to close up shop and leave island. So you know that, Mr. Speaker, when this amendment was proffered again, I extend my kudos to the sponsor of this amendment, and I like to thank him for having me be a part of the sponsorship of this amendment, because I really think it's a good thing for Guam. It's a good thing for our community. It's a good thing for our people. And Mr. Chair, I know you're rushing me to complete this, but I just have to say from my heart that this will be good for Guam. So I support the amendment, and thank you.
Okay, there being no further there is further discussion. Senator Lujan, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make this short. I am in support of this amendment as well. As we know, the American economy is founded on small business, and Guam as well. I do understand the former speaker had spoken in regards to the loopholes that companies may use. But I also heard the former speaker, as well as Speaker Pangilinan, talking about, let's implement this, but knowing that there are some loopholes that we should work with the administration to maybe prevent what has happened, the unintended consequences that resulted from the Dave Santos amendment. However, the unintended consequences doesn't necessarily mean that we will, again, sacrifice the ones that do adhere to the letter of the law and only one business that they own. The savings that they may have, the enticement they may have, may entitle them able to provide health insurance to one an individual that did not previously have it. So again, Mr. Chairman, I am in full support of this. Again, as we looked at this bill, and again, it upsets me when I'm looking that we have some fee increases that I don't know where the numbers come from. Yet again, the same businesses that are conducting their business are going to have a higher rate of doing business without an enticement to stay in business, and they're the ones that are paying our salaries pretty much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Senator Pangilinan, I'll let you speak one more time shortly.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Just on the issue of this abuse of this, I don't doubt that there is abuse, but the abuse can't be as bad as we think, so that we can throw out the baby with the bathwater. And the reason why I think I can make that statement is, if we in fact have such large abuses of this, we would see a 30, 40, 50% increase in business licenses. Because if we really are separating out all the businesses, if a $10 million business, he's going to have to get 20 different business licenses. So we would see an exponential increase in business licenses, and we just don't have that. There are abuses, granted, but not enough, I think, to justify throwing the baby out with the bathwater. And I think we just have to continue to wash the baby and throw out the water. And I think we'll get a good, clean system in the place when we work with this thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But
sure, Senator Pico.
Okay, less than that, though. There's a lot of big babies that have been divided up so many times that become little babies, Mr. Speaker. So that's what I'm saying, that the loophole needs to be closed up. Thank you.
Can we slow down the additional comments? Senator Shimizu, you'll be the last one, since you're the mover.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to thank all those who have spoke out in support of this amendment, in support of the small business entrepreneurs I hope to see that they grow from a baby to an adulthood to a mature, contributing member of the community in terms of our coffers. And also to you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to come back in this area. I really do appreciate it, and also to San Jose.
Okay. On the motion, all those in favor of the motion, please signify. Is there an objection? There's an objection. All those in favor signify. Huh? Yeah, I know. All those in favor signify by raising a hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, passes. Wait, let me count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. No, maybe I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, the motion fails by 1. It's now 9 o'clock. I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I've rewritten my amendment.
You'd like to deal with your amendment now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it passed out?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Senator,
you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Guthridge, you recognize. Senator Palacios?
Thank you.
On her amendment or on your? Oh, all right. Let's do Senator Guthridge and then Senator Palacios' amendment. Senator Guthridge, you recognize.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Adolfo? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In view of the earlier discussion, I felt it was prudent to take your advice and look for an alternate mechanism to move my amendment forward. So you have before you amendment to add a new section to Chapter 3 to read.
Senator Guthridge, rather than reading the entire amendment, since we've already had it read.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to just ask the cooperation of the body here. We need to make sure that the Commission on Modernization of the Government of Guam for the 21st Century really does work, and this amendment would allow for that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. On Senator Guthridge's amendment, Senator Pinko and then Senator Respicia.
Mr. Speaker, really, when you go against motherhood and apple pie, it's very difficult. But here we are trying to adjust the budget. And we're trying to cut down every department and agencies on this government of Guam. And then we're creating another appropriation. Yes, I think it's the most beautiful thing right now is to appropriate money at the expense of everybody else. And yeah, it's nice to be nice. But the point is that we've been here in this damn hall for 8 weeks already. And we continue to appropriate because it's the good thing to do. Yet on the other hand, we're saying we don't have money. We're trying to balance this fund. We're 21 million on the hole. What are we saying? Continue to appropriate at the expense of the government of Guam right now, the people of Guam? Yes, it may be, $50,000. I shouldn't even go against it. I should just sort of sit back and relax, kick back, not say anything. But enough is enough. We're here because, Central Respicio has been very, very, great in terms of coming out publicly about how the cash is not meeting the revenue. And and he was right. He's right. And I applaud Speaker Ben Pangilinan, for coming out too. And we're here for 8 weeks already, trying to find ways to resolve this problem. For every penny that we appropriate, we're getting ourselves deeper into the hole. And so, I'm just tired of this exercise, Mr. Speaker, because never since 1977 I've gone through this, exercise. As far as the budget is concerned. And here we are trying to balance, but yet we're appropriating. Appropriating from what? Reality check came about because, yes, a lot of our colleagues are very concerned. And so, and it's the right thing to do. And we're all here together as one. to find a solution to this. And I think all of us agree that we have responsibility, to this government and to our people. But if we continue on to really appropriate on funds and then readjust the revenue on this and that, I don't know when this session is going to end. And we're going to be going around in circle. I know it's going to hurt, but I don't know. I don't even know whether this bill is going to pass. But it's gotten to a point right now that we need to come, it needs to come to an end. And reality check is, we cannot just go around and spin our wheels. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why don't we just go ahead and call for the vote on this one? Do you wish to speak on it, Senator Spisha?
Thank you very much.
Wait, Senator.
Thank you very much, Ms. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, every single one of us certainly feels the frustration of the previous speaker. And at the surface, it looks like the senator from Manilao is attempting here just to have another appropriation in the amount of $50,000. But really what the senator's attempting to do here is to demonstrate that as we go out and want to raise all these fees, whether it's adjusted or whether it's new, there's got to be some corresponding effect here where we're going to demonstrate to the taxpayers that this government is really serious about modernizing itself. In the bill right now, we have the Commission on Modernization. We also have the Right Sizing Commission from another senator here. But this $50,000 that's going to be appropriated to the School of Business and Public Administration, I think it clearly demonstrates to all these, particularly the business community, that as all their fees for doing the privilege of doing a business here on Guam, and for requiring them to pay these additional monies, we're also demonstrating to them that by the end of the fiscal year, this commission would have a plan on how the government is to modernize. Senator Guther's always talked about unfunded mandates. That's one of the main responsibilities of this commission. This commission also, Mr. Speaker, is going to pare down the government to make sure that whatever the government does, it's consistent with the mandates of education, health, and public safety. Over the last 50 years, there are so many laws in the books which requires so many departments and agencies to do so many things, and because their mission is not focused, we get the kind of services that we get today. And so, I really want to recognize the retiring speaker, our senior senator, and say myself, I believe that we never have to have been in this session for the last 8 weeks, but we cannot have business as usual. And I don't want us to see this as another appropriation. It's coming from the adjusted or new fees, and it's very specific in what it's attempting to do here. So I support the amendment, Mr. Speaker.
On the motion, there's clearly objection. All those in favor signify by raising a hand. 3 votes, the motion fails. Senator Palacios, you have an amendment?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, my amendment is very simple, and it pertains actually to Section 107 on page 104. And this has to do again with the reduction in the gross receipt tax. I know that this is a very, it's very debatable, very controversial matter. I'd like to offer an amendment to add one more sentence at the end of this section, to read that the provision of this section, meaning the 107, shall cease to exist after September 7, 2007, actually with the intention of revisiting this and later on a standalone bill. I support reducing the threshold at this point to some amount, but in the interest of proceeding with the process that we have been engaging in since the last 7 weeks now, Any more change at this point would disturb, of course, the calculation and those things, and perhaps that sacrifice the people can endure, provided, of course, that we revisited this. So if there's a sunset provision to this particular section, then we can introduce a bill next week. Any one of us can do that, adjusting this, making it effective October 1st, 2007, and then it will settle there. So I'd like to offer this just one additional sentence to this section. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Speaker Pico, you recognize.
Yes, this is a matter of clarification. Is this add to section 107 or 407 after the last?
107, 107, page 104, which is actually
on what?
On the engrossed bill.
On the engrossed bill. See the,
And
this is the,
The effect of this would be to sunset the reduction in the Dave Santos reduction. So that as of September 30th, 2007, it would go back to its...
essentially that's what it is. But you see, by the time this expires September 30, a bill can be introduced next week. We can hear it through, and then on that bill, make it effective October 1st. So even before the expiration of this bill, or rather this sunset provision, we would draft a bill that will actually settle this. That's so that we can go ahead and adopt this now, and then go back.
you know, Mr. Speaker, I think I still got the floor.
I'm sorry.
Proceed,
Yes.
Senator.
Yeah, I think the intent of Senator Palacios is very good, but right now, my thoughts that yes, I agree that we need to sort of set up a date, but I don't know whether September 30, 2007 would be a right time to do it. It's maybe raise it to 2009.
Can I?
You know, we're talking about 2007, which is just this year, and we're talking about only a couple of days before May 1st.
No, this is. If I may respond.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can yield to the gentleman.
Proceed, Senator Palacios.
See, this will not. This sunset provision would not prevent any one of us from introducing a bill next week addressing only this particular issue, and such bill may probably be passed before September 30 to take effect, the provision of which will take effect October 1st. At that time, then we will have debated all this, what threshold we're gonna put in, and what how much of the exemption. And we don't have to wait until September 30 to introduce a bill to actually do something about this on a more permanent and more acceptable, I guess, more satisfactory basis to everyone affected by this. Again, we can adopt this now. That's what I'm saying. It will be effective. But before it expires, there will be a bill introduced on this particular. I can do it. The provision is already here. Citation of law is already over here. And that bill will just say that the new rate will be, if it's 150,000 or 100,000, will be effective October 1st. Then it will just connect with this. It doesn't have to be any longer than September 30, 2007.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, I realize that. But here we are talking about the enhancement of the revenue again. And we're talking about May, June, July, August, September, 5 months. And 5 months for it to disappear. And then, you know, again, it will go back to what it was before.
I think the time is, to me, is not reasonable.
Senator Shimizu, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the amendment, in terms of my amendment fell, to bring it up to that 150. And he's right about introducing the bill, but we don't know, any fate. We can't guarantee any fate. But for the body's information, this evening I will be introducing. It's just coming off the printer. To introduce it as a standalone bill. It will be introduced this evening, and then it will go through the process of the referral and so forth. And I'm looking at the sunset provision of 2007. It's like Senator Pinko said, it's just around the corner, but there's no guarantee that any piece of legislation is going to be met with the speed of light or the speed of Superman to that it would be enacted. Now, if I can get that guarantee, then shoot. But I don't think that's it's going to go through. I want that bill to go through a thorough public hearing so we really can get the feel of all sides in terms of increasing back the Dave Santos amendment threshold to 150 and the exemption to 50, but put it through that process, and it will be introduced. My motion fell, and I would like to go that route, and at this point in time, thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much as well, Senator. I believe there is objection on this. Is there? Is anybody calling for an objection? There is. Okay. All those in favor of the bill, please signify, or motion, please signify by raising your hand. 1, 2, 3, and what? 4. Well, I'm surprised. Yeah, okay, I guess it fails. Is there anybody else who has anything tonight that's imminent and immediate and can't wait until Monday morning? Does anybody have anything that is imminent, immediate, and can't wait until Monday morning at 9 o'clock? Certainly.
Earlier this evening, we were taking up an amendment offered by Senator Calvo.
You can still move your amendment if that's the question.
Thank you.
Okay. Because the other amendment
Yes, thank you, Mr.
appropriated
Chair.
it from another source.
I would like to move the
But can you move it
prior amendment.
when we finish Senator Calvo's amendment so the
Oh,
funding
okay.
source
Thank you.
exists? Okay. Thank you, Senator Guthertz. Let's recess until 9 Monday. 9 a.m. Monday.